Hey and welcome to Neverwinter with Argon. Those of us who had weapons, these artifact weapons where you would have modifications, many of you might have noticed that all of this got reset. And you can see that, let's say I look at some of the weapons I haven't used in a while, and this is the preview server, so I've already spent augmentations on any of the weapons I'm using in my build, and this is what I mean. Like, it shows my Oath Strike is outlined, as in I had it active and then for some reason it's been deactivated. The only way to activate it again is to use these cubes of augmentation. Now, as compensation for people who have already prematurely went and spend augmentation cubes to get all of their bonuses back, we can head to the claims valuable section, and here within the claims tab we should be able to pick up this chest or this bag of cube of augmentations. And basically you can see there via the tooltip, it should give you 220 augmentation cubes, which in my opinion is a lot of cubes. You shouldn't need theoretically more than that on one character to get all of your basic modifications unlocked. You can see to unlock all of these it's going to cost you 4 for each, so that's only 24 for this here. That's not too much that you would be spending. And then for, like, let's say your other weapons, let's take our shield here, this is our offhand, you have 2 things. So again, this one here is going to cost you 4 per, there's 8, so let's say it could take you 32 cubes to get the one you want. Let's say I want recharge speed, we just keep spending those cubes, that's all we can do to finally get it unlocked. There we go, we got it 2 before we had managed to get all of them. And then this is the big sink for augmentation cubes, getting the right stat. And then once you, let's say, get the right stat, let's say I want defense, you're then going to have to roll to get the stat higher. Now, I was extremely lucky there. On my first roll, we're already over 2,300. In my opinion, you don't want to push it higher than 2,400. Second roll, yeah, that's it. You just bail from here and we can take home 179 cubes. My problem with this is if we go and switch character, we now cannot go to the claims tab and pick up, let's say, cubes for this character. So those 220 augmentation cubes are gonna have to suit you for all of your characters at which you've spent cubes on. Now, you would have been a little bit silly to go and use like 100, 200, 500 cubes to do all your characters again, because Cryptic Studios did announce that this was unintentional, that they all got reset, so you knew they were gonna do something. So yeah, and if you don't look on the forums, well, you're gonna miss out. And unfortunately they don't announce these things in game, which in my opinion should be just something really simple they can do, but apparently they just won't do it. They could have a tabs, like even on the home page, that leads you to the forum page on whatever your default web browser is, and then you can exactly see all of the announcements, or even have them posted here that you could click on them and a tab opens up, let's say like your mail, and you can then read what it says. Why not? It shouldn't be that hard, right? Anyway, these cubes, we can hover over them and you can see they're going to be bound to your account. Now, 220 cubes, if we look in the Wondrous Bazaar, is worth quite a lot. 10,000 Astral Diamonds per cube. So 220 cubes is worth 2.2 million. Now, many of you who open loads of lockboxes probably won't run out of these in any hurry. Otherwise, there are always new weapons coming down the line. Every 2 modules or so, we get a new weapon set that is somewhat more viable than the previous one. However, that will really depend on how much more. Some people just stick to their older weapons because you have them, you upgraded them, and the next weapon set only gives, let's say, less than 1% buff to whatever role you're filling, tank, healer, or DPS, and thus it's just not worth to spend all those resources to upgrade it again. And even weapons like the Mirage are still performing really well. Now, keep in mind, you will not get any augmentation cubes if you haven't logged in before this patch coming today, so feel free to do so and you'll be able to pick up this free 2.2 million worth of augmentation cubes. That should sort you out at least for a good few weapons you want to get the mods on. So again, hopefully this was somewhat insightful to you guys, and if presented this well, consider leaving the video a like. If you're new around here, consider subscribing. We'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.